Hey, what's happening, friends? 5 ways to have a low maintenance garden. Okay, that's what our topic is for today. That's what we're going to be working on. My introduction: I'm in demand for the people who are coming to my channel the first time. I'm a property developer and invest in property. Been investing for the last 10 years. So we're going to talk about how to have a low maintenance garden. Okay, I'm going to show you all, and I'll show you with example as well, and about 5 big tips to have a low maintenance garden. Okay, that's the topic for today. Keep watching till the end and you'll enjoy it. So we're talking about low maintenance gardens. Okay, most of my properties I try to have the garden look nice, but at the same time low maintenance as well. All right, so what we're trying to do, what you can do, like I'll give you 5 tips now. So let's start with the number one first. Number one is that you should have your garden with the less lawn area, and you can have more of things like gravel, wood chip, because not many weeds will come out of the gravel area. You could have more decking area, sitting area. So if you want the garden low maintenance, these are the things what you need to do, because with having less lawn area, because lawn area could be a lot of work. So let me show you by a little example what we're doing here in the bungalow in Wolverhampton. We are actually having this area. I'll attach some photos to this video. If you remember, if you've someone seen this my videos in the past, that the whole of the area, all this area was actually grass, and there was the driveway was only up to just past that tree. The rest of the area was a lawn area, and there was a pathway here going to the main door. So what we have done is we have reduced all the area to a lawn area just here on one side, which is grass, which is being laid today, and it's be easily manageable. Okay, and at the same time at the back of the house as well, what we have done is we've left some area with where you can plant the grass in there. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put some turf there, but the rest of the area has been utilized to make more parking space. And yes, we saved this tree as well. It's not any high maintenance at all, this tree. So the rest of the area we've utilized and made a car parking space, which is both it works well, it makes sense to have more parking space this day and age. That's what people are struggling with on the streets, and although it's a very quiet area, but who knows about the future. Plus we have actually reduced the size of the garden, so the maintenance is really low now. Okay, actually standing here looking back at the camera behind me, the blue skies and the tree what we saved, and the way this house is being done, it looks like I'm somewhere in the Caribbean somewhere. It looks really nice. It's beautiful. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. And so I'm going to give you the tip number 2 now. So my tip number 2 to have a low maintenance garden is don't have too many flower pots all around the garden. But because what you're doing is you got lots of pots to move around, lots of pots to dig the plants out of, to replant them again in a new season, stuff like that. Instead of that, trying to have lots of small areas with lots of plants planted in there, what that will do is that'll reduce your moving around of the pots, and so it's less maintenance, especially for the elderly as well. It's less maintenance than where if the plants are just planted in one area, they just stay there, and then you can just work around them all the time. So that's a big thing, trying to have more. You can have more planter areas built up, with the sleepers and stuff like that all around the garden, where you can just plant in there standing up rather than sitting down or kneeling down. So that's less maintenance, less hard work as well for a gardener in the gardens. So that's another easy maintenance tip for you. So that brings me to the tip number 3, which can be that you can plant a lot of flowering plants. Okay, plant lots of flowering plants. They need typically less maintenance than the other plants sometimes, and also plant like evergreen plants and stuff like that, and one, they will take a lot more area of the garden, so you don't have to maintain that area all around it by planting small flower plants. So plant bigger shrubs which take a lot of area, so you have less maintenance to do in the garden, because if you've got too much lawn, too much turf, obviously there's weeding, there's putting the fertilizers in it, there's watering it, there's trimming it, cutting it, and all that, so that will reduce your maintenance as well. So because the big shrubs take a lot of space, more space, and then they look kind of they give your garden a bigger appeal, more appeal as well, so look more appealing to the eye as well. So always use those. Tip number 4, okay, that will be that when you're planting the plants in your areas where you're going to plant the plants, plant them so densely that the weeds don't get a chance to grow in between them, okay, because there's going to be a lot of shade underneath. So plant those shrubs, your flowering plants, so close to each other that in the areas, so that weeds don't get a chance to grow through them, so that way you have less weeding to do. Weeds will grow close to the border, and I always have a border line of some bricks or something as well. So then what happens is that once you planted those areas, so trees or shrubs or flowering plants so close to each other, the weeds will grow on the edge of the area, then they're easy to pull out. So that's a really good, easy maintenance gardening tip, what we use as well when we're doing the landscaping for our gardens and stuff like that. So that's another tip what you can use. And always make sure that the plants you do choose to plant in those areas, they are like more tolerant, they need less light, and they need less air circulation in order to grow. So do your research in that area as well. Okay, that brings us to tip number 5. Yeah, tip number 5 can be, the hedge we put all around the garden or inside the garden area. Even if you got area where you're gonna separate the area with the hedge, trying to use hedge which doesn't grow too fast and is small and it's easy to trim, to prune, to cut, so that way you'll have less work to do on your hands regarding to maintain that garden. So these are my 5 tips what I use in my gardens, and I tell my landscapers to use these little tricks which always work, and it always helps to do less maintenance even if you're going to sell the house or we're going to rent the house. It's less maintenance than for the gardens. So let me go around and show you the house now. So here we are at the house I've shown you earlier on in my video when I was giving you tips for the garden. So the progress here is that we have skips gone, everything's gone now. The lawn's being laid now, the turf is being laid, on the front lawn, and all the cleaning thing is going on, and like I showed you earlier, there's going to be turf here as well, and the fencing, the back fence has gone up, I showed you in my last video, so it looks really nice. And what we have done here is we have actually made all this area level now, and what that does is that we're gonna put some tiles in the area now. The kitchen has the base units, and all the units have gone in. The wall units have not gone in yet. We're waiting for we're having quotes put on top, the worktops, so we're waiting for the people to come and measure the area, then that's gonna go in. And we're still waiting for our glass for the staircase, that's the only thing left. Bathroom's done, it's finished, the panel needs putting in there, and just these little things left around the house now. Everything else has been completed, which is good stuff. And we're gonna put a stopper on by the door as well, because this door will bang into the wall otherwise and damage the plaster work there. Okay, so that's what's going on right now. I hope you like the video, and if you do like my videos, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. All the best and keep working hard.